Hi and welcome to the Social Commuter podcast, the marketing podcast keeping you up to date on the go.
With your host, Georgia Smith.
And Eloise Fanway.
This has got to be one of our top episodes, I think.
I think so too.
100%. So you have to stay tuned a little later on where we have a chat with the incredible Sophie Baldwin. She owns multiple businesses, all very successful.
Very successful, award-winning.
100%. She shares a bit of exciting news. We're the first to know.
Incredibly exclusive, exciting
news. A little bit of
news.
exclusive news. So you have to stay tuned for that very shortly. But before we have an incredible interview with Sophie, we've got to have a bit of chat about the updates.
Of course.
Not a crazy amount.
Not a crazy amount to be going on this week. I have seen there's actually been a lot of software updates this week compared to like platform updates. I believe Apple's had some kind of conference and they've released some very exciting things. I don't know if you've seen, but yeah, exactly.
They've had to rejig their thoughts basically.
Exactly, but I think we're on iOS 18 now, but that's going to be massive. Yeah. And if you haven't seen, that's kind of taking TikTok by storm.
Yeah, people are just loving a little gossip about it.
They are.
100%. So I'll kick us off. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is ever a growing platform. I feel like it's actually become my favourite platform this week.
Yes,
I'm really enjoying it.
Like LinkedIn. It's very nerdy. Like I don't know if you see their notifications, but I got one today about like, can you finish a book?
I did get that one. I read it and I thought, who's messaged me that?
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that?
So how odd is that? Apparently 3 in 5 people finish a book even if they're not enjoying it.
I'm about to do that. I keep like reading a page of this book a day and I'm like, I hate this book. It's such a bad book. But besides the point, so they have reached 1.3 million interactions in a minute?
It was ridiculous.
Which is like crazy because you would think maybe in a day.
Yeah.
But literally in a minute, which is their highest ever amount of interactions.
Crazy.
Which is like nuts. That amount of engagement is crazy. And they basically are saying it's all down to LinkedIn Games.
Really?
Yeah, LinkedIn Games and the new AI they think has really boosted it.
Do you?
I really want it. I feel like tonight I might have a little go at LinkedIn Games because it sounds fab and I feel like if everyone else is doing it and it's obviously paying off for them, I want to be part of it too. So are we going to see more platforms have a little game in it? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they'll see how well LinkedIn have done, having that many engagement things in a minute.
Yeah.
The other platform's going to want a piece of that pie.
Because that was very original, really.
100%.
Yeah, compared to what all the other platforms are doing.
It wasn't something basic. So, well done, LinkedIn.
Well done. Gold star.
Gold star.
My first one is Instagram have released broadcast tips.
Yeah.
So they are, I read through the article.
Give us
just
the
to
rundown.
give you a quick summary. Plan your content. I think they're finding a lot of people just kind of go on live just for the sake of it and people aren't very engaged. So to plan your content, promote your live broadcasts to your followers, engage with your viewers. So reply to like as many comments as you can on the video kind of thing and be authentic. We kind of already knew this. We could kind of already put this together. It's nothing completely groundbreaking, but it's interesting that it has come directly from Instagram and they're really trying to help.
It's good that it come from them because I feel like so many people do, like you said, just jump on a live. No one knows. I hate joining lives.
I don't like it. We talk about this all the time, but I don't like it at all.
It's just going to be me and this one person and it's just going to be this really awkward silence and I'll have to leave.
Yeah.
And then it gets worse for me. So I'm glad they're sort of telling people maybe do plan it a bit better. Because I don't want to be that only person alive anymore.
No.
But we'll see. So this is a bit of a weird update. Is it really relevant? No. Is it cool? Yeah. So Threads, you can put about 3 pictures, I think, on your carousel in Threads. You can now squeeze it together.
Do you think this is going to be more like Facebook? Like, on Facebook where you can see the other photos in the carousel kind of thing?
Oh, no, you literally blend the photos together. So let's say you posted a picture of me and you on the screen and it divided here, and they would come in 3 separate pictures. You can literally blend them. So it would all become one big picture. Isn't it weird? Yeah.
Like a panorama?
Yeah, sort of.
Right.
So I put the link to it below so you can sort of see somebody else's interpretation of it and how it actually looks. So random. I don't know who would have come up with this idea.
It's kind of cool, actually.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bit unique.
Yeah.
But it's a bit pointless. Like, in a way. It still uploads as 3 separate pictures.
Oh.
So it doesn't make sense.
So confusing. We'll have to see how they pull that off.
How people use it.
Yeah, I think that could be quite fun though. Like imagine just kind of on Instagram you have to do this, but imagine just doing this and it's all like a ribbon across your screen.
It would be cool.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Grok AI on X is now able to give profile summaries for premium content users. This is quite fun. So basically, if somebody has requested to follow you and you're a premium user of X, You can get AI to write a quick debrief of who this account is, what they regularly post about. I thought this was really interesting.
Did you see the example, the Elon Musk
Elon Musk, yeah. But
it's a little biased from what I'm seeing.
Yes, however, there's like rumours that the AI actually didn't write that.
Okay. I think that's what I think he wrote it.
Yeah.
Calling himself, was it Tony Stark? Oh my God, Iron Man. I can't remember his proper name.
I don't know.
But basically he referred to himself as like the modern day Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you? Are you a superhero saving people? Apparently he is. But he's a bit of an odd end. This is a pretty cool trend though. A bit of a cool update. Not trends just yet. However, I do like the trends this week. I think we both do. YouTube Shorts. So it'll now let you save the audio from a short so you can repurpose it in different ways.
Ooh,
which is cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like TikTok.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Do you think you can save it to your device?
That's what I thought initially, but then the more I speak about it, I'm thinking maybe they mean it like TikTok. And
I
other
read
people
it
can
to
use
think it was TikTok. However, if you can save it to your device, that would be fun.
That would
Imagine,
be
like
good.
it'd be so easy to remix it and stuff if you were into
it'd be
music.
less of a But how would they stop copyright then and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So I'm a bit. They're all a bit like random this week.
They're all like they're information, but not all the information.
Yeah,
so it's like you have to wait to see how they're actually going to do it.
I like the little bits.
I know it's
they
suspense.
make you think. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
100%.
My next one is TikTok so we spoke about this a few weeks ago, but they have now released thumbnails.
Finally.
So basically, at the moment, you can just select a particular image from the video, but now you can upload a separate image for the feed.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how people use it.
Yeah.
Especially the aesthetic accounts.
Exactly.
That's what I want to see more than anything.
Yeah, because obviously Instagram already do this.
Yeah.
YouTube obviously do it. I wonder if we're going to see more YouTube style TikTok grids, but I feel like we won't. I feel like we see more Instagram style
I think
TikTok
it'll be quite
grids.
Instagram, very pretty. I think it's a good update, especially for those accounts that want an aesthetic feed. But will people get too focused on that now?
Well, exactly.
So we're going to have a say.
We will.
Well, I'm done, so you have to hit us with the next one.
Sorry. Meta paid ads. So they have now developed these so they can detect when there's an offer on your website. So if you are paying for an ad on any Meta platform, Instagram, Facebook, it basically now can live react to your website for the offers. Yeah. This is very advanced.
Very fancy. Very advanced. Fancy little update.
I think so. But also I think it's kind of funny that I do think this is really advanced for technology now. But in the future, that's just going to be
It's going to be normal.
Why are you so excited about that? Yeah. But I thought that was kind of slightly groundbreaking again.
I love it. A bit of a mix of updates. There's no really pattern. They've just everywhere.
Yeah, and platforms. They took their time this week to do some updates.
100%. We were waiting earlier this week. Like, are they going to do
Where
any?
are the updates? Like, why aren't there any yet? Like, I think it got like most of the way through the week, and there was one update that was relevant. I was like, what's going on?
They pulled them out at the end of the week, and that was about it. But trends this week, I am loving. So the biggest trend/talking topic is the Olympics.
Of course.
Obviously, we had the opening ceremony yesterday, and the Olympics was on today. I had a little watch of synchronized swimming, a little nosy. But I think just the overall topic, especially the Olympians, are so funny.
Yes.
You know, I've seen Germany having like raves in the Olympic Village sort of level stuff, and I'm like, that's where I want to be now.
Yes.
Especially people turning on their Tinder or their Hinge profiles to the Olympic Village location. So they're just like swiping on Olympians.
So funny.
Yeah. I think it's fab. It's just anything to do with the Olympics. And I saw a girl post one the other day that was like, I really have FOMO not being at the Olympics. What's the easiest sport to learn?
Yeah.
And I was like, even that, she's blown up and gotten hundreds of thousands of views. So I think, because it's such a global topic.
Absolutely.
Do it. Are you watching the Olympics, film it.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
My first one I'm going to talk about is the Kalani trend that I spoke about last week is still massive. 100%. And I've seen... It's almost like a profession in a way. Like there are accounts dedicated to this sound, and there's a particular one that I'm referring to, which is in Times Square, and they get so it's a dancer and a child that they just basically take off the street in the street.
Where are you going with that?
But they dance, and the kids all know. Because obviously it's really easy dance to do. You literally just spin in a circle, but there are literally whole accounts dedicated to this sound now. So it's literally
still trending. Yeah.
Blowing up and getting really, really big.
Fab.
Yeah.
That's a little one.
I think that's grown more than any trend I've seen recently. Yeah. It's got really big for quite a sustained time. So we'll see how this evolves.
I'm invested now. So this is massive. It's always been massive for the past I'm going to say 3 weeks now. This week it is everywhere. It's on every news station. If you're on the news, you've heard of it. Brat Summer.
Yes.
I love Charlie XCX. I feel like she's just has blown up. I went to see her for the first time when I was in year 8, so I didn't even know how long ago it was.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
And I saw her twice, and she was fab. And now that she's like come back around, she had a bit of a downtime since the Addison Rae songs come out, the little scream.
Yeah.
She's blown up. She's everywhere. So the idea of Brat Summer is it.
Yes.
There's no, you can't really try and describe it. I tried today to describe it, and I didn't know how. And that for me is hard not to know how to describe something. Girl that's a little messy. They want to have fun. And since Charlie tweeted Camilla is Brat, it's everywhere.
Interesting. I have seen a lot of TikToks about this, like, oh, I'm in Brat Summer now.
You're Brat Summer.
Yeah.
And the font, that neon green with the weird font, I can't even describe it, blurry font. Just that sort of messy feel is in. So if you're in the office, say you're going on Brat Summer, don't take it too seriously, like anyone's calling you messy. Take it in a funny way, because that's what Camilla HQ's done. And they've blown up, I think, in like, overnight they had 800,000 followers or something insane like that.
Wow. Be
funny with it and just don't deep it. So it's a good lighthearted trend. I think it will go on for at least like another month, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
When did her album release?
2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it wasn't like this week then.
No,
so it is already
the
like
Apple
sustaining.
Dance was out before that.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Gradually the rest of the songs will come out.
Again, like Apple Dance is going to blow up this whole Brat Summer trend.
100%. It's everywhere. So it's a fab little
I love that one.
Trend.
My next one is, so it's a sound that says, I've got you on my mind. And it's like a swipey trend, so it's just 2 photos. People normally are doing it for holidays at the moment, and they're like what we look like during the evening versus what we look like during the day in the holiday. But I've seen other people using this trend in other ways, such as like, because obviously the sound is like, I've got you on my mind. So, and then to something that's on their mind, like something to do with money or something, which I think this is actually a really versatile trend. And businesses could easily jump on this.
100%. I've got you in your mind. Getting a new client, like little things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. That's a simple trend for businesses to use. This one is actually been done a lot in offices. So that's smash cake.
Yes.
Basically, get a cake and stick pictures of normally guys that you think are attractive in the cake. Yeah. So put it on like a little wooden stick and literally tape the picture on.
I think this is one of the most fun trends that we've had in a while.
Just like seeing it in an office setting, girls coming up like, I'm putting this person.
That's really funny. You could do such a funny TikTok on that.
100%. And I think it's very slow sort of trending thing, but anyone that I've seen do it has blown up quite rapidly off it. Just do it. If you're not going to get told off by HR, do it.
Yeah.
Mind the line there.
Absolutely. I think this one's quite exciting actually. Yeah. So I came across this sound today. It's an original sound by Salome Andrea, who was my creator of the week a few weeks ago. And it's, I think it's a Spanish song, but it says My Alibi in it quite a lot for reference. But this sound, it already has quite a few videos posted in the last day of filming. So basically this is going to blow up. Yeah. And if you get on it quickly,
you'll be one of the first
You could be really, really massive, basically. And they have used the sound multiple times, and they're massive as well. There's been quite a few big creators hopping on it already. Exciting. So I came across this today. I was like, oh my god, gold mine.
That's what it is. Yeah. You need to be the first person on a trend to do well most of the time.
So you can ride it.
100%. So this one's a bit of an outfit changey trend. You've seen it, like I said, with the Olympics. A lot of the Olympians have done like outfit hauls. The American ones have got my heart. They've got Skims and like Ralph Lauren and stuff, which is next level. But it's basically like emergency, paging Dr. B, and then they like walk and they do like a little march and just the outfit changes.
I love this one. I've seen this around for a while actually, but I really like it.
You can jump in it with anything. Do it with office fits. Do it with going out, your daily outfits, pajamas to going out, anything like that. People just love to see your outfits, and it's doing well, and the sound's trending, so get on it quickly.
I love some creative fit checks actually. It's so amazing. My last one is the sound that's like, hey Pookie. And
I loved you singing that before.
And to be honest, you know Pookie and Jet, they've even got on this sound now, and I just love that. I've seen loads of kids, like if like their mum like starts singing and they go, hey Pookie, like at that bit, it's really cute. But this is going viral, absolutely viral. Like I can't scroll probably more than 6 songs about this coming up. So jump on that one.
We love a bit of Pookie and Jet forever.
We do.
So creator-wise, I feel like I sound like I'm Olympic obsessed, and I'm not.
No, but it's relevant.
It's very relevant. I'm so going to butcher her name pronunciation. Ilona Maya?
Okay.
Ilona? That's not right.
Apologies if your name is being said wrong.
Probably my worst one yet. She is an American rugby player in the Olympics, and she is just like incredible. Not only is she the funniest person I think I've ever met, I'm talking like she should be a comedian and just like leave rugby. She might be incredible at that, but she's so funny. But she empowers women.
I love
she did a big speech before on how at the Olympics every body type is so different. You know, you've got swimmers which are built different to gymnastics, and then you look at rugby players and they're totally different. And it's just nice seeing her. But not only that, is she so funny. Like she'll sit there and be like, I've not found a guy yet. I've not entered the villa and found a guy. She takes the mic and acts like she's on Love Island.
Oh, I love that. I need to follow her.
100%. She's just like, she posts so many times a day though. And she's so funny and just inspiring of a woman. So
amazing. We love a strong, confident woman.
We do.
My one is related to one of the trends we talked about before.
Yeah.
So she's called Say Clau, French, and I assume. And her name is Claudia, and she does scroll stopping TikToks about fit checks. These are insane. The edits are crazy. Like I'll be watching it and it's like, wow, how the hell did she just do that? Like I want to learn off her. But I would say definitely check her out if you are trying to run your own TikTok page. Honestly, the inspiration is mad. Yeah. Like it's insane. So I can't recommend her enough.
I love people that just have great fashion sense.
Yeah, people fashion sense and transitions and edits. Like it's more the editing. It's absolutely next level. Crazy. It's next level.
I love it. But before we end the episode, obviously we have the big thing. A little interview
Sophie.
time. Tell us a bit more about Sophie. I feel like I've only dabbled in a bit of information.
So Sophie first of all, she's incredible.
And she's so lovely. She's one of the
loveliest people we've spoken
to.
100%. She has built 2 very successful businesses, multiple award nominated. She has an incredible announcement to announce with us.
It's very exciting.
Announce with us?
Announce to
on the
everyone,
podcast later on. But we spoke to her all about building stories within brands, creating copy that converts, because she is an incredible copywriter.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, she had a career shift from wedding planning to social media. She's basically done it all.
She's done everything you can imagine, and she's incredible. And you'll definitely enjoy this little interview.
This is one of my favourite interviews yet.
Oh, 100%. So I think, let's go speak to Sophie.
Let's speak to Sophie.
100%. Hiya, so now we are with the incredible Sophie Baldwin from Mums Collective and Brand Nerd, which is very exciting. So we have some incredible little questions to ask.
We do.
Let's go, you start.
Me start?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so Sophie, the Mum Collective. So obviously you built this brand and you help mothers on their journey through their pregnancy. And I just wanted to ask, how would you describe your journey of creating the Mum Collective?
So, a very good question, and I'll try not to take forever because I feel like it's the longest story, especially now. So I actually started the Mum Collective when I was pregnant with my little boy, who was not long turned 3, which actually hurts my soul. And I kind of went through my pregnancy journey and desperately didn't kind of want to lose my personality, lose who I was. So spent countless hours of not being able to sleep when you're heavily pregnant, trying to find clothes that I really liked, that kind of resonated with me, that would do both kind of pregnancy and also breastfeeding, and when we did our market research before we launched the company, one of the most outrageous statistics is that people spend about £700 on like a maternity wardrobe that just won't see them through the rest of the journey, and it's expensive enough as it is, and when you're on maternity leave pay, that's even worse. So I complained, and my husband just said, right, just do something about it then, stop complaining, and if you see that there's a problem, just try and solve it. So having zero fashion background, I was a bit like, right, what on earth am I doing? But I think my experience in the world of marketing, I've also been an events planner, so I kind of bundled all that experience together and just bought a notepad, drew some random sketches of things that I would really want to wear. Did hours and hours of research into different manufacturers, into the process of kind of launching a fashion brand, and then just bit the bullet, chose a manufacturer, and I still remember the day that we got our first samples through, and I've got a video of me basically just in tears, stood wearing a jumper, just in the mirror, just like, this is not great content for Instagram, but equally it's just a very emotional time. But that now that we're two and a half-ish years down the line, just seems like an absolute lifetime ago. So yeah, and I mean, it's gone, I don't like to say it's gone from strength to strength, because that admits that it's actually going well, and my like imposter syndrome goes, it's definitely not going very well, like you could just quit now and it would be okay. But you know, we've won awards, we've been in magazines, we've done great events, you know, so for all intents and purposes it is going very well. But yeah, it's just been an amazing journey to kind of build a brand that I personally resonate with as well, having, you know, had 2 children now, and just to hear the feedback from people saying, you know, I've been scared to breastfeed until I bought one of your jumpers, and I've been able to breastfeed for the first time out in public today because it just made me feel so great. You know, it just makes everything worth it. That was a very long-winded way of telling you.
No, that's
we
lovely.
love it. Yeah, it's such a nice story.
Yeah,
and I think you went in for it with such like good intentions. You didn't go into it to make money or to make, you know, millions of profit. You went in with it just out of the kindness of your own heart, which is just
and
fun.
We know so many new mums or people in our families that actually use your products and love them. So
you've got a bit of a reputation.
Yeah, you do.
It's fab. But
I'm trying.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. So, stemming a bit from that, you have also worked within social media yourself. So, you call yourself a freelance writer. What elements would you include in copy to create the copy that converts into sales for yourself?
I would always say it completely depends on what copy you are writing for. So, for example, if you are writing a white paper, obviously the copy is going to be completely different to if you're writing copy for social media. So I would say if you are going down the route of being a copywriter, but from a social media standpoint, then your copy needs to be really snappy, be really to the point generally. It needs to really resonate with your community, because community is such a big thing across any social channel now. If you are writing from more of a kind of from a more digital marketing perspective, so say you're writing copy for websites or SEO or blogs, you need to probably structure your work in a way that it's really readable. So I've come across many blogs now, especially with AI and everything, where content doesn't generally flow very well, and you can typically now tell if content is produced by AI. So you need to have a story. Is that going to intro with, I don't know, a bit of information about what's to come, or is it going to really grab people's attention and be quite shocking? You need to then have a middle part, which is generally the more informational side. And then you want to finish with either a really strong call to action. So, you know, get in touch, you know, if the piece has been about your services or whatever. So it needs to be well structured before you even start writing. So when I was working agency side, from a writing perspective, because that's what a lot of stuff I used to get involved with, if I were to get a brief for a number of blogs, I would always write all the headers out first. So it would always be, okay, bish bash bosh, this is what we're going to talk about through. And then it would be so much easier to write. And I generally think that if you follow that format and you follow a bit of almost like writing a story, it will always resonate really well and hopefully convert to whatever you're kind of tracking, whether that's new leads or people to fill in a contact form or, you know, people to shop with you, for example.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It does sound fab.
And you mentioned story in that description. So obviously in marketing, we always hear storytelling is the key. So what would you say are the best components to include in a story of a brand?
I think it always goes, so the storytelling piece has only come out in the past few years where people are kind of pitching themselves as being storytellers from a branding perspective. I think if you are, again, going to go down that route and differentiate yourself in the kind of storytelling aspect, you almost need to remember that you're not just writing for a customer anymore, you're writing for a community. And I will always go back to this community piece because as much as it's big on social, I think it's big everywhere. And if people are going to buy from you, and this is what we try to do at the Mum Collective, people are going to buy from you, you want them to be part of, I mean, for us, quote unquote, collective. You want them to be part of your company and you want them to feel like they're part of, you know, a little exclusive club. And the way in which you write to people is really important. And I think that's where storytelling lends itself really well. I mean, when we say storytelling, I don't literally mean tell some BS. And whatever. I just think keep it real, keep it really engaging, make sure you're letting people in, because I think the worst thing that a lot of people do when they do write is that they kind of keep things from the audience, and that again goes back to all the authenticity side in your marketing, which is definitely huge now.
Yeah, 100%. I think, well, you've just done so much, you know, obviously with having a whole maternity, pregnancy brand, and then obviously your social media side of things. So you've had 10 years of experience in social media from our research.
So old.
But no, it's fab. So what made you decide to take that career path in the first place? And also tell us a bit about Brand Nerd, because we're so invested into that as well.
Right. So gosh, where to start? So pre doing anything to do with social and marketing, I was actually a wedding planner. So I left school and I didn't want to go to university because, quite frankly, I didn't particularly like education. And I thought, why would I put myself through another 3 years of it? Like, yeah,
we get it.
School, and have always been very entrepreneurial, and actually watched the Wedding Planner film with J-Lo in it. And I was like, I could definitely do that. It looks really fun. It looks quite easy. It looks like I could make loads of money. It was none of the three. I should reiterate, being a wedding and events planner is very difficult. But I did that for a few years, wound the company up because I met my partner and I was working every bloody weekend. I was traveling up and down the country and I kind of wanted to make roots again. So I really enjoyed that side of the business, the developing the products, the selling the life on social media, building the website, doing all the marketing. So I thought, again, I can probably give this a good go. I really enjoy it. So I actually applied for a job at a big American company who actually had a base not far from where I live. And they took a chance on me, and that's kind of where it all started. They put me through my Chartered Institute of Marketing qualification. So yeah, and from there just really got the bug for marketing, learnt the kind of, I guess, the basics of my craft, if you will, with them. Did agency side from there, did in-house, got a bit of experience across both. Set up the Brand Nerd because I was working for an agency and I was very siloed in what I was doing, which was great because it taught me a hell of a lot. But having a freelance side to my life also enabled me to work for, you know, a whole range of different companies, from fashion and beauty to IT, software, you know, so I could get a proper spectrum of clients to work for. And the Brand Nerd from there spiraled is probably the wrong word. But it just in a way that I didn't expect it to. Over the past, I would probably say since my little boy's been born, so maybe 3-4 years, I've really put a hell of a lot of energy into it, with a view that, you know, having the 2 businesses is going to be my life, because having 2 businesses and working is very difficult, and having 2 children and a house and a husband, and everyone needs to be happy. So yeah, ultimately the goal is to have the 2 businesses. But yeah, the brand nerd has just in itself gone from strength to strength, and I've not really had to do anything in the way of, you know, marketing it out, because a lot of who I work with, I then get recommendations. So I mean, not but 2 months ago I had a phone call with someone who had been recommended from a guy that I worked with 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
From maintaining relationships, building up experience. So yeah, it's just been a whirlwind, but a good one and a nice one, and one I hope will never end, but I'm sure it will at some point.
No, I get it. I mean, owning your own business is stressful enough, but owning 2 businesses and having a family and a house,
Can't imagine.
Don't do it. Just do it.
I don't think I want to. It's not gonna stress about it. But before you get into a good final little question, I will ask another one. So we always talk about paid ads versus organic growth. Very different. People always have a favourite. I'm more of an organic growth girl. I think you are too. We haven't really tried to dabble much in paid. So, out of you, what would you say is your favourite, and how would you run a successful ad campaign?
To put it bluntly, I think especially nowadays the 2 work together really well. I think if you are running a really good organic campaign and have a really good organic platform, paid ads will only boost that. If you are running a really good paid ad campaign or multiple paid ad campaigns, then hopefully, in theory, touch wood, it should then only boost your organic side. And I always say to clients, when I bring clients on, Sophie, this is a massive caveat, but I think it's really important if companies are thinking about doing one or the other. I think if you are going to run paid ads and your organic social is rubbish, don't bother. Sort your organic stuff out first, because ultimately if people are going to see an ad from you and they go through to your Instagram page or Facebook page or TikTok page or whatever, and your content is either non-existent or quite frankly it's rubbish, nowadays people are going to ask why. So I've seen loads of ads recently, obviously being in the maternity space in half my life, for a fashion leggings brand. I can't remember what the company name is. They are running Facebook and Instagram ads like no one's business, and they pop up all the time, and the amount of times I've hidden them is ridiculous. Anyway, that's for Facebook to sort out. And I tried to go through to their Instagram profile. They don't have an Instagram profile. I then tried to go to their Facebook profile. Their content is non-existent. I then tried in vain to find a website, and I couldn't. So why would I buy from them? I literally can't find any information about them. So I would say if you're going to do them both and make them both work really well together. In terms of launching a successful ad campaign, this is one thing that I always say to clients before we even get started, is you need to make sure that you have, in an ideal world, between 5 and 7 really good creatives to start with. So these are all then run under the same campaign and tested against each other to see which works best. Only then can you know what is going to resonate best with your audience. So for the Mum Collective, for example, I will run 5 reels, and then we will create, 2-3 static carousels or just static images. From that, we'll be able to see which reels that we make resonate best, and then we will switch a couple off just so that we're not wasting money. That generally I've found for a number of other clients I do paid work with, works really well, because you have the opportunity to test loads, which is really important, to get a really good view from all of your data that comes through, which again, you really need to focus on social in general. And ultimately, if you are wanting things like leads and sales and everything, I do find that kind of strategy works best, or it has worked best in my experience so far. If there are any more ads people out there that want to correct me and comment, and any comments anywhere, then please do let me know. But that is just from my experience what I found works best.
Definitely.
That's brilliant. That's really insightful.
I think
actually.
Instagram is trial and error at the end of the day. Social media is. There's no book that tells you exactly what to do and what's going to make you blow up. So I agree with everything.
The platforms change their minds all the time as to what doesn't work well, which is really irritating. And I spend my life reading about updates. So again, just stay abreast of stuff, and you know, there's loads of different platforms and newsletters that you can sign up for that give you loads of information. So
they change all the time. I mean, that's what we do every week. We have to go through it, do our notes, and it just is insane. They could say something one week and the next week take it back and change their mind. It's crazy.
Well, Sophie, you've had the most fabulous career. Events management, social media marketing. You've been a finalist, multiple awards, entrepreneurship. What is the highlight of your career?
I try not to think about it all. Highlight-wise, oh gosh. I think for me, just starting them and actually seeing them develop and get off the ground has been a huge highlight. There is a highlight coming up which will hopefully drop in late August. We're actually going to be featured in Vogue, which is going to be really nice. So that's really nice.
That is
congratulations.
Incredible.
So nobody knows. So you are the first people that I told.
Honoured.
It's an exclusive.
Honestly, that is. I mean, that would be highlight. Yeah,
that's amazing.
100%.
Oh, congratulations!
It'll be everywhere on your social media. I can see it now. So.
Wow.
Don't blame you all. That's incredible. But as we talked about before, about a little bit about creators.
Yes.
You explained that there's a brand that's been tickling your fancy.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about it.
There's loads of brands doing stuff really well at the moment. M&S is one in particular, and then all of the stuff to come off the back of Marks and Spencer's latest campaign. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and see it. It's all over TikTok. Just search Mark and Spencer and you'll find it. There's a new one that's just literally come out this morning. So as I was getting ready for this, I did my daily just scrolling through of every single platform on the planet. And Specsavers have just dropped an awesome reel, which just made, it was kind of, I guess, the highlight of my month, actually, I might say. To kind of scrape over it very briefly, Gary Barlow from Take That, they're on tour at the moment, and he broke his glasses, which just is going to sound like the most basic thing on the planet, but he broke his glasses and basically posted all over social media about it, and Specsavers picked it up, and they actually made him a pair of glasses and then flew to, I think they were in Bologna on tour. So they sent one of their marketing people to follow him and stalk him, and actually sent the marketing person to the concert. And they were essentially stood in the crowd with this sign saying, "Gary, we've got some new glasses for you." And it was just, it was.
That's the job
so
I
funny.
want. I would love that.
It was, go and see it. It was really good.
Have a look. That's my dream job there. If they want to fly me out to a concert to give some glasses, I will do it.
Yeah.
Glasses that are like, yeah, just fly off and go and see so and so, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm there, I'm down for it.
Well, it's done well. I bet they don't regret it.
Yeah.
It's a good decision. I can see that going everywhere. But we have the big final.
So every time we have a guest on, as you know, we have a little competition between them, where obviously on our podcast we talk about the platform updates of the week, trends at the moment, and I mean, it was platform updates. People kind of tend to talk about trends as well, don't they?
It's a trend/update.
So it's kind of anything you want to talk about, but you have 30 seconds to name as many as you can, and the highest at the moment is 6.
Yeah, it's not much. I mean, there's still quite a lot.
Obviously,
you have to really
30
rack
seconds
your brain.
isn't very long.
Yeah, so you have to be on it quite quickly. We get how hard it is to describe them. That's why we do it, just to laugh at people for their description. It's as simple as it is.
Just say go.
Okay, so we have do it. We have a little timer.
Yeah.
So we're going to time you in, and we'll give you like a 5-second warning, and then you just have to get onto it and just name everything you possibly can.
Try not to waffle now.
We all waffle, that's why less people name it. So we will go in 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
So, couple that I found recently. So Instagram, you can now upload carousels with different size images, which is really good. But if you want to boost it, you can't boost it if any of the images have got a 9:16 ratio, which is really annoying. Another one is TikTok has recently announced their partnership with Eventbrite, which is really cool. That will basically allow
We love that one.
stream, which is similar to, it pops up similar to a TikTok shop link. What else?
You got to say one more really quickly.
Go. Yeah.
You
described them more in depth than anyone has though. So
You
that's
did.
an award in
That
itself.
was impressive.
Yeah.
We love the Eventbrite and
I should have just wrapped up bullet points.
What they care about. No, we love it. You've gone in for detail and that is what matters. But thank you so much for coming to talk to us today. It's definitely been educational for us, so we do appreciate it a lot. You've just had such a fabulous career and we're very excited to see a little bit of Vogue coming soon. So that's very exciting stuff. But yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on and having a speak to us, and we look forward to speaking to you soon. How amazing was Sophie?
Amazing.
She was just one of the nicest people I think we've ever spoken to. Inspirational woman.
Absolutely.
She was awesome. But make sure you tune in next week, where sadly Sophie can't be on every week. But
I know.
we do have a guest on soon.
Back.
Yeah, come back every week for us. But we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.